Hello and welcome to this week's episode of PolitiBabble, where today we're just going to be talking about random things. I'm Brisha Shaw and I'm joined with...
Samro.
And Archibald Elliott.
Wagwan, guys. Wagwan.
We did it.
We got in and, we're here. We're back. We obviously weren't in the studio last week. That was a bit
But you
odd.
still got to listen to our wonderful interviews, which I say they're wonderful. Our interviews, which we hope you enjoyed. Let us know if you have any thoughts about any of the candidates or just, that general structure, if you'd like to see it again at some stage.
I can reiterate they are wonderful.
Mm.
I think if you haven't listened to it already, I'm saying watched, aren't I?
Yeah.
We should actually just realised we should say thank you to all the candidates for coming on. Thank you so much. That was it was a great experience.
And if you want to go and listen to it, you can find it on manxradio.com/podcasts/PolitiBabble.
Mm-hmm. And on Spotify.
Spotify, it's on there, up now.
Yep.
Apple Podcasts, iTunes, whole lot should be on there.
Yeah. I feel like we should address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
And
Or
that
rather
is
the
that
elephant that isn't in the room.
Well, I
Are
was
you
going to
calling
make
you
a
an
joke.
elephant there, Sam?
Ah.
I was
No,
going to
please.
make a joke that the elephant in the room is the fact that I kind of have a cold, and then
Oh.
But thanks, guys. Yeah, Ewan's not here.
We're so sorry, Bruce. We ruined
Yeah.
it.
We're not humour gurus like you.
Ewan would be.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
No, but yeah, Ewan obviously isn't here. He's in Liverpool doing, actual real life work, which is to say uni work.
Well, Ewan's version of real life work.
That's not.
Let's not
yeah.
diss him too much.
Yeah.
So good luck with that, Ewan. Hugs and kisses from the PolitiBabble team.
Yeah, we wish
Only
you well.
from Sam,
yeah.
though.
Only from me.
If you're listening.
I'll do
Yeah,
it.
we
I'll
are.
give him
If
3
he's
lots.
not listening,
Yes.
it's a bit rude. Today we're going to be talking about random things because we've obviously to do with politics, I should say, not just
Not just in our lives.
What kind of cake do you like, guys?
What kind of cake are you?
I do like ginger cake actually. Ginger
Okay.
cake's pretty
You
good. Yeah.
Don't answer a question we ask as a joke, Archie.
Why not? Ginger cake's not a joke.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, we're going to be talking about it's like a kind of current affairs catch up because we missed last week obviously, and
We can wrap up
2020
the
is still
season.
2020 and every week yields insane new things for us to talk about, so we have fallen behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trump. He's been a
Donald
busy bee.
Trump. He has contracted coronavirus.
Surprise there, surprise. That was
Good
trying
to
to
see.
do sarcasm there.
Good to see the anti-mask cause is growing in legitimacy.
Yeah.
I mean, say what you will, anti-maskers caused Donald Trump to get the coronavirus, so...
Yeah, I wouldn't wish any coronavirus on anyone.
I didn't.
well,
I know, yeah.
I just stated something that happened, Archie.
Yeah.
You can't pin anything on me.
Yeah, and then he's apparently, it's quite disbelieving, he said in a tweet that he feels better than he did 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So he must have felt pretty awful 20 years ago to feel better than he is
That means
now.
the coronavirus has entered his system, killed all the other diseases.
And he's just come out stronger than ever.
I mean, it could be the excellent healthcare he's received within the
Yeah.
past week or something.
Which
Right.
that's,
Yeah.
I mean, look, that's what
I mean,
$750 of tax will get you.
I mean, considering he told people suffering with the coronavirus to just stay at home and get over it, it's a bit hypocritical.
But you see, I think he gets all of that medical care, not on his insurance. I'm pretty sure he'll claim it on the taxpayer expense,
Exactly.
which is interesting.
It
'Cause,
is interesting,
Your average
certainly.
person won't have 13 of the top doctors in the country at the top medical institute in the country, which is well renowned for military surgery, to looking after you. So yeah,
No, it's good.
he's in the best position he could be.
I've always been critical of the American healthcare system, but it seems you can get some of the best healthcare in the world for
And it pays
$750.
$20 in tax, and you can
tax.
appear younger and fitter than you did 20 years ago.
That's
Yeah.
remarkable. That's
I think I must go to America to go and
honestly
get that medical treatment.
Forget
Just
the
feel-
NHS.
Yeah.
I feel -4.
honestly
Yeah.
that's minus. Hashtag make Archie feel -4. Wow. Okay.
Probably won't
be-
reduce my mental age.
Oh yes, or fair. You'll be 40 instead of 60
40, yes, yeah. Having
Oh.
midlife crisis again.
again. Yes.
Yes.
But speaking of Trump, again, he had a cheeky little debate with Biden because
Yeah. Debate implies that there was.
There was debation in it.
If ever you've been just like walking through town or maybe past like a McDonald's and you've seen two old men screaming at each other from across the street
I find it funny.
and you found it funny, that was pretty much the debate. That was
Yeah.
what went down.
Even I couldn't however much I think politics I can accept it. That was not a debate. It was pure comedy. It was like an image. Spitting images back out now. I need to start watching it. It's hilarious. And that was basically a spitting image episode. It was just absolute. It was a debacle. It was awful.
See, I think for us it's comedy because we have the Atlantic Sea
And
firmly in between us.
We don't have to deal with it.
The Atlantic Ocean, I should say. But for Americans, that was probably a really scary debate.
Yes.
yeah.
Imagine watching those two, and
saying
have it out. Like they do all that, and then you go home and you're like, yeah,
Who
one of
won?
them is gonna be.
President.
One of them is the president, and one of them is going to continue to be the president for 4 more years.
Or a new president's going to come in who just isn't frankly much better.
Yeah, so it's like
I think, it is again the Trump and Clinton debacle
yeah,
because
it's
by the way, the Clintons just rubbed me the wrong way. I don't get the good vibes off the Clintons.
Do you not like Hillary's trouser suits?
No, it's not that she
it upsets me. She wears them better than I could. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes, that's my problem with her. No, they just seem like a very dodgy family to me, and so that's why I was, when Trump was against her the first time, I was a bit cautious of being like, obviously, other people said she was the best candidate, but she lost.
Yeah. I'm really it's something that happens so much in politics now is gotta go with the lesser of two evils, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
I know.
We've heard that phrase a bit too often
And I'm
recently.
kind of tired of it. I'm obviously vote Biden because less people will die under Biden, and that's not an exaggeration to say.
We do have overpopulation, though. Not saying we should kill people.
Oh!
There's something out there.
A hot take from the eco-conservative.
But
There's nothing more conservative than killing people.
Gotta do it,
no,
guys.
you used
Cut
it wrong
down their
there.
carbon
If
footprint.
you wanted to use that, you'd say there's nothing more conservative than conserving the population. But obviously,
Than conserving
we do
the
not
supreme race.
We do not support that view, Boucher, nor do.
You know what? I'm the only one who hasn't advocated genocide in this episode, so
and I don't
I'm gonna
advocate
be the one.
genocide. Killing is bad, guys. I'll say that.
That was a very in poor taste joke from Archie.
But I think this is one of the issues we probably all just agree on. In fact,
Yeah,
because
it is.
American politics is just awful. It's just broken system,
Yeah.
and it is to us comedy, and we all like it is literally picking. Can we have who's better? Not who's better, but who's less bad. Basically,
Yeah, it's amazing. American politics has managed to become polarized on the same side of the political spectrum, which is remarkable.
And just be all awful. They
Yeah.
2 people out of like 393 million people, and they choose 2 people who I honestly couldn't. If they're on ballot paper, I couldn't bring myself to tick either box.
Yeah, I would say I would, I could never. The way the American system works, and it's all very well to say, oh, I don't want to engage with the system. I would vote for. I hate to admit it, probably vote for Biden, even though I really don't like
Well, why
him.
do we all vote for Kanye West? Kanye 2020.
It's
there
not
we
even.
go.
Depends where you live. A lot of states don't even have him on the ballot.
I know.
But we can write someone in. Who would we put in on our little write-in?
Can I just say, Gemma Collins has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. Have you seen this?
No.
I watched a video last night by Joshua Peters and Archie Manners, and they're YouTubers, and they set up. So basically, you have to Nobel Peace Prize. People nominate other people who have, united the nations and all this. And Donald Trump got nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. So these 2 YouTubers were like, well, if Donald Trump can get nominated, then Gemma Collins can get nominated. And so basically they set up a fake peace institution and wrote to the Nobel Peace Prize people in Norway and were like, hey, we're a peace institution, can we get a nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize? And they were like, yeah, that's fine. And so obviously it was a bit more complicated than that.
Sure. Don't just write
And-
Norway, being like, "Can I have a
Can I-
Nobel Peace Prize?"
Yeah.
Mm.
And so they voted. They nominated, for Gemma Collins to get a Nobel Peace Prize.
I mean, I guess,
And
if
they-
there's one thing to take away from this episode, it's that Gemma Collins should win a
Yeah.
Nobel Peace Prize.
I mean, over Donald Trump, yes.
Oh yeah,
the
no, absolutely.
JC.
You know what? Yeah. Oh. You know, in a writing,
no.
if you know, if Diane Abbott was illegible, I'd write her in.
One day we'll get through like just a conversation, and Archie won't bring up Diane Abbott.
Sorry, I just.
Love her so much.
Yeah.
We have very different views on Diane Abbott, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
That's
You know,
okay. We love
Actually,
you anyway.
if her policies worked, we would save so much money.
Mm.
Not even joking. We would
Mm.
save billions of pounds.
Don't bring up the police. Don't bring up the police.
Don't worry, I won't do that. But I'm sure you will know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, type in Diane Abbott LBC police.
I would
and-
also advise you, if you do that, and it is a funny video,
yeah.
I'm not going to deny that. I would also advise you to look into Diane Abbott's whole political history and some of the
Mm.
activism she's done.
No, some of the stuff she's done, I stand up, is good.
Yeah.
But
That's all.
yeah.
Speaking of saving money, Archie got a very nice email from who was it this week?
Oh, it was Tim Baker's executive personal assistant or something like that.
Oh,
That was the
very
title.
nice.
He doesn't have one personal assistant. He has an executive personal assistant.
Or executive assistant, I don't know, something like that.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was in response to the student fair campaign.
Mm.
Yes.
And
Which
they-
you
they-
run.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they basically said, they didn't answer anything in my first email. First of all, I asked for a meeting with the DOI to discuss
Perfectly
this further,
reasonable.
because
Yeah.
it's hard to explain over email. And I said we would like half fares for all those in secondary and tertiary education. That's everyone in university and in kind of above 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because below that you get half fare. And I thought that's pretty fair. We're not asking for it to be free. We're not
Perfectly
asking to be
reasonable.
really reduced. It's fair price.
That's,
Mm.
Yeah, it's a very
Mm.
moderate
Mhm.
change.
And I put the link for a petition. It's now like 300 and something signatures. Brilliant. I need
As
to
it should,
advertise,
yes.
push that a bit more. And they got back to me saying, "Oh, we had these schemes available." And I'd already checked these schemes. And if I just want to get a bus once, it costs a lot more. And it's pointless. The schemes weren't what we were asking, basically. And we already recognised there were schemes there. And I've said there were schemes there before. They didn't answer
A lot of
anything in my email.
scheming.
And I found it
Mm.
just very surprising as a government department who just didn't answer the question. I emailed them back. Haven't got a response. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it took like
Um,
3 weeks for the first response, didn't it?
Well, yeah, about a month and a bit, a month
Oh.
and a half. I had to
Yeah.
email like 4 times back saying, "Hello, have you trying to be polite? Have you received my email?" Because I was
Yeah.
generally interested. So I may, if Tim Baker, if you're watching this,
Or
Minister of
listening, yeah.
or
Yes.
listening, I may be knocking on your office door in the next couple of weeks or
I
something,
think,
saying, "Hello,
It's.
I'm here. I'd like to book a meeting."
I think in the friendliest way possible. What we're saying is, if as long as you put Archie off, we're gonna keep calling you out on the podcast every week. So I just get it.
Yes, because I will not give up.
Yeah.
Archie does not give up.
No, I just
Um,
carry on.
One thing that really annoys me about the bus is that they have like specific go cards for like. So they have like a go card that's like for £1.30, and then like a go card that's for like a £2.60 trip, and it's just like, why don't they have a go card and you put £20 on it, and then when you go
Yeah.
for a £1.30 trip, they just take £1.30 off.
Mm.
It just seems like a lot less hassle. Don't mean to be doing your job for you, Tim, but that seems like a good idea if you ask me.
Yeah, here we are trying to run the DOI from Max Trade. I think it works pretty well, actually.
Yes.
We can see
Honestly-
the DOI officers just over
Yeah.
there.
The
And we can
DOI is
see
a
what's
perfectly
left of
run
the prom.
institution.
Yes.
We have a prom? No
do we?
way.
I mean,
Really?
there's a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit left.
There's some of it.
Here's us just dissing the government for
We
this
have-
week.
Yeah, we
yeah.
have a
Is that
ti-
not what this podcast is about?
Yeah,
just
true.
calling out the government?
Yeah, but I get your point with buses because you do get a reduced rate for go cards, which is
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
But you could just have that reduced rate and it's applied for just the trip, and you put all the money on one. Because
Yeah.
my card only works if I go from Douglas to like Colby. If I go to Castletown, I'm paying more than I would, even though
Yeah.
it's like 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's
It's,
just.
And then if you use that card to go
Complicated.
to Onken, it will take like whatever it is, like £3 or something off, when it should be like £1.30. If you're using the adult prices, as you
Yeah.
should, you filthy 16-year-old.
I know. I couldn't possibly get a child card. No,
No.
that would be then
Illegal.
fair evasion.
Fair evasion.
Evasion, which
yeah.
is a serious
evasion.
crime.
But you know,
and-
are fares like tax, and they are theft? Are they?
Enzo?
Interested. Interested.
Is that- is that
Anyway.
you?
Yeah.
Could you? I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out how to word this. Could you be
Oh,
like
no.
like instead of paying all your fare, like instead of paying all your taxes, would that be like a crime?
It would be a
'Cause
crime, yes.
I like don't mean to call myself out here, and Mr. Police Constable, please don't come knocking on my door. But I have
PolitiBabble will sue you, policeman.
I have gotten a child's fare.
When
When I've
sorry,
been-
Bridget, we
when
don't
I've
have
been
parliamentary
16.
privilege here, so
When-
you
Cuts,
can be
cuts.
prosecuted for your words.
That's all we've got
But-
time for.
But to be honest, I did think until Archie's campaign that like a child's fare was until you're 18, not
Yeah,
when
no,
you were 16.
I had to clarify this with you. It
Yeah.
took me a week or so to get a response originally, to get a response, and then go through a few more responses. So it took me 3 or 4 weeks to manage to get the fare tables, because fare
Yeah.
tables aren't published.
Are they
And then
not?
I asked, they just aren't published anymore. It's
That's
a
a
bit
bit
odd.
weird.
The website's a bit
Hmm.
odd as well, doesn't it? The fares.
Pretty
Um,
sus, man.
And
That's a bit sus.
this is just, it's all government is lots of
sus,
bureaucracy. It's a pain. And I had to clarify this with legislation, because there's no details on the website. Does a child constitute someone under 18? As the law sometimes constitutes a child under 18.
Yeah.
But we
Or-
can vote at 16, so
so-
it's like,
But you can't stand because
Yeah.
you're a minor. You're not of age
So
of majority
therefore, I
18.
shouldn't have to pay for an
Yeah.
adult bus
I know.
ticket. Tim.
So maybe this
Tim
is some-
Baker gets
yeah.
destroyed by facts and logic.
So,
What can I
yeah.
say?
Mm.
As he should. As he should.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Tim Baker, please come on.
Or don't.
Oh, don't. Oh, don't.
Ignore this for a month and a half.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, it's just like government contractors. The politics behind all of it. It's just who. It's like how far can you slow it down in the Isle of Man, for example?
As slow as possible, I think.
It's everything seems to take longer, apart from coronavirus. They did a really good job on coronavirus. Actually,
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So it proves they
The
can do it.
Corona King,
They
David.
can do something quickly.
Ashford.
I think
Ashcroft
coronavirus
even-
has.
Okay,
like,
just
sorry,
ignore
no,
it. Yeah,
sorry.
that's
Well,
fine.
Archie was talking to you well.
Carry on. I was just
No,
gonna make
please.
I was just gonna make a comment about the Corona King.
Oh, it's
David.
probably best I interrupted that.
He was at Prize Day and he was sat in front of me and Sam, and yeah, that's it.
Okay.
He didn't recognise us, bit sus, but
It's
fine.
because he's used to our voices, not our
not
faces.
yeah,
Obviously,
oh.
if you're listening, watch the videos.
Yeah.
It adds a whole other dynamic.
Mm.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, I think coronavirus has done that to a lot of governments, is it's demonstrated the things they are capable of doing, but don't do because it's inconvenient.
Like homelessness.
Like homelessness, which we may or may not have already discussed.
Anything
Listen
else?
back if you
Listen
haven't.
back 2 episodes ago. Episode.
But
8.
yeah, and I
Was
won't
it?
go into loads
Yeah.
of detail because I could talk for ages on it. But I just think I think it's interesting to see what the repercussions of that will be. And I think we're probably
Yeah.
already kind of starting to feel that a bit.
yeah.
But we'll see.
I think that we will. And we'll even awkward
Speaking
pause
of
here.
things the government has done,
Don't bring up the awkward pauses, Archie. We can edit it out.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
was it 5 key workers that came over to the Isle of Man? 5 welders from Doncaster came over to the Isle of Man to work on the railway, as my brother would say, who's not getting a shout out this week because he hasn't listened to last week's episode.
Sorry,
The
it's
snakery.
disappointment there. We're not going to mention his name even.
We
It's just
won't
disappointment to
mention-
Bridget's brother.
Why do we pay our producer so much money if he's not even listening?
Oh no, he's now the intern.
He's
No.
the
Oh,
intern.
He hasn't- he
oh,
hasn't
good. We don't
listened.
pay him.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No.
Um,
He has to pay us.
yeah, but anyway, 5 welders from Doncaster came over to work on the railway, and when they got off the boat, they went to Tesco's. And, to be fair to them, I'll give them some credit. They did wear masks and gloves, but they still went into Tesco's after being told. So we have the key worker rule on the Isle of Man. So you can be a key worker, come over to the Isle of Man and go to work, but you have to isolate at home for 2 weeks, I think it is, and then for the rest.
Well,
Yeah.
you have
You
to
can
go,
just-
it depends on the key worker policy, because some
Yeah.
they'll come over, they go to accommodation and work.
Yeah.
But the irony was that if they didn't wear masks, they didn't wear gloves, they wouldn't have been caught.
Caught, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were caught because they didn't look like locals.
Yeah.
and the,
It's nonsense.
and the thing is,
Yeah.
like, there was I saw this video of this guy, and he's like,
The angry
And Yorkshire.
Yorkshireman.
and I
Oh
watched
my.
it, and I was a bit like, okay, that's an opinion.
Yeah.
But there was a big thing he said about, oh, they needed food. What were they meant to do? Starve?
Yeah.
Yes, they were
Tesco.
meant to
Not-
starve.
No, they don't starve, but yeah. like,
Tesco is an amazing institution in the sense that it has vans that can drive places and deliver food.
I'm not
The
being, but
shade there,
I
Sam.
obviously we don't know what the policy. I'm sure there are like policies in place for that. When you arrive on the island, you are told you have to go straight to your accommodation and isolate for 2 weeks.
You can always
And-
you can order
If
food
you
in.
you can
order
order food in.
takeaways, which give you food there.
That's the
I
thing.
think they were staying at a hotel. You can absolutely get Tesco's to deliver your food to a hotel. I know that you can do
Even-
that.
I'm sure if
why
you
would go to
just-
Tesco's?
Like, I'm sure if you put a thing on Facebook, the Isle of Man is very, like, community friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you put a thing on one of the Facebook forums, hi, I'm a key worker, I'm isolating for 2 weeks. Can someone go to Tesco's and buy me this, this, and this? I'll give you the money, obviously. Thank you so much. And I reckon about 30, if not hundreds of people
Yeah.
would have been like, yeah, we'll go do that. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for saving the community and isolating.
Yeah.
And thanks for being a key worker.
Yeah, and I know weirdly a lot of people in England have been a bit like miffed about this, a bit angry. But you've got to understand, like right now on the island, we have the situation under control.
Yeah.
We're in a really good place, and people coming and doing this is legitimately dangerous
Yeah.
because we have a really old population.
Yeah.
And if there's a proper outbreak, like in England, a lot of people are going to die.
And-
So we take a bit of a dim view on it.
I must give it to our politicians. They've been
Yeah.
very good at responding to this. They've been very harsh, as they should be, to kind of make it very clear. Now they're introducing more messages on boat. There will be played out that you must go to your accommodation, you must go home. You cannot go to shops, or for example, and they're going to have key worker lanes. So in the sea terminals, they've responded quite well to this.
Yeah.
I think.
And,
Yeah.
you know, the icing on the cake is, for all the people who are complaining in England, saying that they were being too harsh, is the fact that one of the people actually has COVID-19.
Which we're not glad about, but it
No.
does show that they
You
have
need
to
the system.
isolate.
Yeah.
So, people,
There's always people with a
Oh.
problem, you know.
I hate people so much.
Yeah.
It's a good job I work in a people-friendly job, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no.
What's the next thing? Oh, Rishi Sunak, is that how you pronounce his name?
Rishi
yeah.
Sunak.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
The Chancellor of the Exchequer of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
Big man himself.
Big Rish,
Big
as
Rish.
we're now referring to him as, has I'm gonna get the quote up.
£180 coffee mug. Just getting it in
Hey,
correct.
He has that
perfectly
too.
acceptable to have a
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm just putting it out there.
Big Rish has said musicians and other people in the arts should retrain and find other jobs.
I think
because-
this was in response to like the art sector kind
Yeah.
of closing down over COVID.
That-
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, concerts haven't been happening and the theatres and such haven't been open because large gatherings are banned. And so, like,
Yeah.
musicians and actors and things can't work, basically. They're furloughed. But, you know, I don't see the need to retrain them.
I think the issue is, and it kind of comes down to it, a lot of people in like the arts sector feel like this is basically Conservatives saying, or at least Rishi Sunak saying, yeah, just change, just become
find
something
another
else
job.
because it's not helpful. And I know that there's a part of me that is like, well, you know what? I guess it's an opportunity to learn new skills. The issue with it is the approach they have taken is it's kind of, and it's an approach taken by a lot of people in power, is that people in the arts sector aren't really important, but which I really disagree on. I think
Yeah.
music, art, theatre.
Have you seen Gogglebox?
Have you seen Gogglebox? I think all those things are really, really important to any
Yeah.
society, and the people who produce them are equally important. You know, so to kind of disregard that is, I actually think it's quite a dangerous thing to
Yeah.
do.
Well, are we in the arts sector here?
Yeah, look at
Podcast?
us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we are.
But I think
we should just
I take it.
find new jobs and retrain
I know.
guys.
Well, I take it slightly different. I'd say it's more he's encouraging those who maybe have flowed and can't do a job to retrain and do something different, but whilst the art sector is still closed down. And I agree, it might not have been done in the best way, but
Yeah.
obviously the arts are very important. And
No, and I'll admit
Yeah.
this. It's very possible this is a case of he's chosen his words poorly.
Yeah.
because usually he's quite positive in a way.
Yeah.
He's a nice person.
I've
from
never
what
met
I've
him,
seen.
so I won't make that
But
judgment.
see, I, for example, with my Conservative Party membership, I get
You-
I get 10%
You have a
discount.
Conservative Party
Yes,
membership?
I do. I've not mentioned this
Do you
before.
get
have I?
10% off
I know.
£150 coffee mugs?
Oh no,
Do you get 10% off
Unfortunately not.
taxing the poor?
Yeah, I know. I get 10% off.
10% on taxing the poor, I should say.
When I book on Encore for like theatre or arts events, you do get a discount on the arts sector.
Do you?
Yeah, so they are quite supportive in general.
What?
Yeah. I just
Which
can't,
okay,
yeah.
well that
That's why you
inclines me
should
to
join the
think this is
Conservative
more.
Party.
Has
There's more to
has he
reduce
taken? Has he
impact.
like rephrased or apologised? I don't think he
Well,
has.
I
yet.
didn't read the
Mm.
original.
I mean, I googled
article.
Rishi Sunak and nothing came up as like Rishi
Yeah.
Sunak apologises for Art's comments.
We'll see what happens. It might just. It's not like a major news story.
And
but
he's not saying they should no longer exist.
Not
yeah,
yet.
he
I'm
hasn't.
sure, I'm sure he'll
It's
go.
a slippery slope, Archie.
Yes, because there's lots of art patrons in the Conservative Party who'll be like,
Mm.
Oh yeah,
we hate
sure.
you now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who
Anyway.
doesn't hate the arts people?
yeah.
Oh, no, I mean, we'll hate the leadership because
Oh,
they
yeah.
hard dons and
Yeah,
arts.
yeah.
Imagine providing joy.
Well, going to the Conservative Party is about the party conferences. I went to the virtual Conservative Party conference at the weekends. It was on the virtual software. It's quite a cool visualization, actually. They've done a pretty good job of transitioning.
Who was leading it? Was it Boris?
No, it's the Conservative Party led it. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
party conference. So
I think Rishi
so
was
Boris
more,
wasn't there.
like, I think Bruce was more asking like how is it structured, but
Yeah.
Oh, how's it structured? So they have like different key speakers and their fringe events. So
No.
you heard like Rishi Sunak made a keynote speech on Sunday, if I'm
Big
correct.
Rish.
why the
Yeah.
arts are
Um,
unnecessary.
Oh no, on Monday, and Boris Johnson on
Oh, it was a whole
Tuesday gave a
thing?
keynote speech.
Or was it
Saturday,
just like a
I
2-hour
think it was like
thing?
Priti Patel, or was
Oh.
that Sunday? And Dominic Raab was somewhere in there. But all the ministers like gave speeches,
Yeah.
and then they had like addresses from like the party chairman, or chair people.
Yeah.
And then like, other events, like conversation with people. And then the fringe events are like events, like Conservative Environment Network, for example, when they
Yeah.
like, do an event on kind of like
Are
the
there-
green
are there-
market
Are
revolution.
there little
or
chat
something.
rooms?
Sure.
Yes, in effect, yeah. Well, it's
Aw.
more you watch the video and there's a
Yeah.
kind of Q&A part, and some are more
Did
interactive.
you
than
did you
others.
ask a question?
No, I didn't.
Did you make
No.
any friends?
Did you make any friends?
Oh no, you don't really see. You can't see who else is in it.
You
It's a
just
bit.
see Dave from Lincoln.
It's not as interactive as it would usually be. I don't
Ah,
think.
well, maybe
Well,
next
I
time.
know,
Archie.
yeah.
You'll-
We take PolitiBabble to the Conservative Party conference.
Oh,
There you
then
go.
we'd have to take it to all of them.
I know we
Archie.
would. Yes.
Yay!
Yay.
SMP, here we come.
Oh.
Speaking
Time
of
to go to writing
SMP,
notes.
Oh, what a
That
segue.
was smooth. Yeah. We ruined it, didn't we,
SMP
by saying it was
MP
smooth.
went on. What's her name? Margaret.
What?
Well, we're gonna.
Margaret.
I know. I'm looking it up now.
SNP MP.
SMP MP.
SMP.
and
That's
she's
quite a
now.
nice roll of the tongue. SNP
Yeah.
MP.
I thought it was SM, like Sierra Mike.
Oh no, it's
Margaret
Sierra
Ferrier.
November.
Yeah, Sierra November.
Papa.
Margaret
Yeah,
Ferrier,
Papa, that's not-
Mike
who's
Papa.
an SNP MP, quite
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Basically, she's been suspended
Rightly so.
for taking a train trip
Mm.
after testing positive for COVID. So, I
There
want to
weren't
get.
many people in a carriage, according to. It still implies there's people in a carriage. It was quite.
Okay, yeah. So this was the timeline, and I wanted to get this right because it's an amazing story. On Saturday, she began suffering symptoms of the virus, and she took a test. So she's displaying symptoms, and she's waiting for a test. Despite this, she travelled 400 miles to London by train on Monday. The journey lasted 5 hours and 40 minutes, and then she attended Parliament, where she made a speech in the evening debate.
Was it about how bad the coronavirus is?
During a debate on the coronavirus, yes, it was. and then the evening. So after she's been to Parliament now, she's made a speech.
Yeah.
She's left. She then gets told she has the virus, and it's unclear whether she was told before or after.
Before the train. Yeah.
Was okay, and then on Tuesday she travels back on the train to Scotland. So she now knows she has coronavirus. Hops back on a train, goes back to Scotland
with other people in the carriage.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
no.
she couldn't use an eyesight excuse.
No.
You can't test your. You see, but at least
Oh,
Dominic
I'd forgotten
Cummings
about that.
went in a car, not infecting the public.
Yeah, but he did go on a walk.
Yeah,
and-
Yeah, but he
she
also
wasn't-
tested his eyesight with a
Yeah,
drive.
but at least he didn't infect other people.
God,
but,
I hope I can
but,
see.
But this SMP MP just went on a public train with other people.
No, this is shocking.
it's
This
shocking.
is really shocking.
It's even
Yeah.
worse.
Like, and
It's
Dominic
bad.
Cummings was bad. This
He
is
at least had a reason though. This is just.
he had a
This,
dubious
Margaret
reason.
said, Dominic, hold my beer.
Yeah. Margaret, you have upstaged Dominic Cummings. Congratulations. Not in a good way, but
Not in a
nevertheless.
good way, but you did it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Put it on the CV.
So
That it honestly confusing because the politicians are the ones supposed to be kind of following the rules to unite our country, and it is obviously a blatant disregard for the rules. And you see, if an English member of the MP, if just any other MP did it, who wasn't a member of the Scottish Nationalist Party, the Scottish National Party would be raving on about in the Commons for months after, for example.
yeah.
But obviously they've suspended the member, and they are
Yeah.
going to ask her to. They've suspended the whip from
And
the
yeah,
member.
Nicola Sturgeon, who's
Condemned
obviously
it,
the party's leader, if you didn't know, leader of the SNP, she has tweeted, "This is utterly indefensible. It's hard to express how."
Sorry, Sam. What has she said?
What? What? This is utterly.
Do a Scottish accent.
Oh no! Hang on, I need to use my keywords to get this ready. Freedom, Scotland. Okay, this is utterly indefensible. It's hard to express how angry I feel on behalf of the people across the country making hard sacrifices every day to beat COVID. The rules apply to keep everyone. They apply to everyone, and they're in place to keep people safe.
Sorry
And
to
that is
everyone
why
in
Scotland deserves to be independent.
Yes, and sorry to everyone who is Scottish.
I want to.
But that was.
It was more Shrek than Scottish, but we'll take it, lads.
A little bit of context.
Oh.
Me and Sam had politics this week, and we were given little tasks by Miss Boyd. Shout out Miss Boyd, who I don't think has listened to the podcast
But she
yet.
said she might, so she has.
yeah.
Hi, Miss Boyd.
And he started doing this ridiculous Scottish accent.
I was doing for context. The work I was doing was on the devolution
devolution
of Scotland and the kind of establishment of its parliament and all
Yeah.
that. And so, in order to get myself in the mood, I started saying words such as freedom and Scotland, and I want to make it clear, this is obviously satire. That's not.
But those were Nicola Sturgeon's words.
Yeah, those were her words.
Not freedom and Scotland.
Not
but
freedom
yeah.
in Scotland, but I would encourage you to
But she probably has said that before.
Yeah,
to
I mean-
look up the tweet. It's actually quite a good tweet.
Yeah. I think Nicola Sturgeon's
yeah.
a good leader.
I think
She's
I do like, and I would also like to say I'm very much pro Scottish independence.
yeah.
And I don't like her, and I'm very anti-Scottish independence.
Shocks all round.
I thought he was joking then.
Oh no, we're better united.
Well,
Better united.
if Scotland want to be independent, they can
Let
be
them be
independent.
independent. They had a vote, once in a
Yeah.
generation vote, as Nicola Sturgeon said,
Yeah,
and they voted to stay. So
I agree. Yes.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
yeah. Obviously, if they vote overwhelmingly to leave, they can
Yeah.
leave. We're not going to say no. We must keep them in.
Wait,
at
does
all
it have to be
costs.
overwhelming?
Or it just has to be.
If it's like 51%,
If it was 51%,
Would
If
you
it's
like to leave?
52, Brexit.
What about
Brexit
51?
is that the line?
That's the line now.
the
line
Brexit
is
line.
Brexit, yes.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
And it's 52.8, wasn't it, or something?
I do apologize.
I don't
My
know,
apologies,
some
I
odd
don't
figure.
know the correct Brexit.
Yeah.
Speaking of silly
Moving
things,
swiftly away.
I haven't put this on the notes, but
Oh.
I'm assuming you
Whoa.
both know about this. The government's Microsoft Excel
Oh.
coronavirus track and
that
trace.
I
do
like
know this.
Microsoft Excel, but they're using an old version of it.
That's not
Oh.
the issue,
No,
Archie.
that was actually the issue. They used an old file type. If they used a modern file type, it
Yeah.
would have solved the issue. They wouldn't have
My
had the same
apologies,
issue.
yeah,
It
yeah,
would have been solved before.
No, yeah.
But that's incompetence. They used the wrong file type. Even anyone who does basic Excel, well, does
We could have
Excel
done a
to-
better job.
No, to Excel to a good degree would save it in rather than XSL format. I think it's a different
Welcome
XSLM
to
format or something.
ICT Babble.
ICT.
Yes, listeners, listen to us.
Isotabble.
Isobabble.
That sounds like a weird party drug.
Isotabble.
Isotabble.
And that's our
Get
new,
yourself
that's our
some
new venture
Isotabble.
talking about ICT.
ICT,
Yeah.
The joys
yeah.
of computer
Yeah.
science.
It's gonna be a spin-off.
Yes, spin off.
That's what Ewan's gonna do at university is splinter
Yes.
PolitiBabble.
Yeah. Ewan actually may be doing some PolitiBabble related.
Not PolitiBabble.
Well, but you
yes,
know,
obviously,
he'll be
yeah.
doing stuff.
We
So
have
if you're
an
at
exclusivity
Liverpool,
contract, Ewan.
if you're at Liverpool,
Exclusivity
if you're listening to this, if you're not Ewan, keep an ear out for that.
and listen to us instead.
we could franchise PolitiBabble.
Yeah, we
Like
we
McDonald's.
if you want to use Babble on anything or Abble, just
On principle, I'm not going to trademark Babble. That's I'm
we
just,
trademark.
Isn't that the
letting you know.
language thing? like the
Yeah, but
language
that's with an
app.
EL,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I don't know.
We're Babble with an LE.
We could change it so like,
Ellie.
Babble.
Babble.
Ellie.
Babble.
We're PolitiBabble.
Okay.
Babel.
Yes.
Baby Bell.
Oh, you see that? Oh, yeah, it's our last episode of the season as well. Yeah.
You know-
Seasonal series, not sure which is better. Is it?
Well,
I
but,
think
I
Just
mean,
number S2.
Yeah.
I think it's season because you say TV series,
Yeah.
yeah.
so I think
Podcast season.
Well,
Well,
We'll go. It doesn't matter. I think it's
Doesn't
personal preference. But on the subject of babbling and uncertainty, the U.S. presidential debate. What did we all think of that?
is this Trump and Biden?
No,
or
sorry,
Kamala
the-
and
Vice
My
Is it
apologies.
Kamala? Yeah.
Vice president debate.
I'm now convinced Biden is either a lizard person made of wax, a robot, or just insensitive because he had a fly in his head for a ridiculous
This
amount of
is
time.
Mike Pence. Not
Mike
Mike
Pence.
Pence, sorry.
We both got so
Yeah.
excited.
I don't know why I
It's
said.
I think I
did I say
threw you.
Biden? Oops,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Mike Pence. He literally stood there, and his hair looks a bit plasticky, and he just has a fly just on his head.
I thought it was a mole the first time I saw
Yeah, no,
it.
I just thought, how can he stand there for that long and not just go?
Well,
"Ooh, there's a fly
actually,
on my head," and make a
today,
joke about it.
Me and Alison, shout out Alison. Don't think she listens, but she's getting a shout out anyway. We were
Cool.
sat on the bus, and this girl had a ladybug in her hair, and she didn't notice for ages.
To be fair, okay, that's a great story. To be fair, ladybugs much better to have in your hair than flies.
A fly.
But the
I'll-
fly,
I'll
it's
take
quite.
that.
His hair, it was quite on the hair. Like you would have
Yeah.
felt it because his
He has
hair's
quite
not long.
short
His hair's
hair,
quite
yeah.
short, so you would
Yeah,
feel it.
I kind of meant more on the topic of like what they discussed as opposed to the fly.
Sorry.
No, but the
yeah.
fly. To be fair, the fly was a bit weird.
The
That's-
fly
Fly
stole the show. Yeah.
It's got a Twitter account now, doesn't it? I'm
That's-
pretty sure it has a
that's
Twitter
the only
account.
reason you watch the vice president debate to see the fly.
The fly.
The
Listen, if
Fly.
you haven't seen the fly, look it up. The fly's
Mm.
pretty good. But yeah, it was really different to the presidential debate. That's the main
Mm.
thing. They were obviously,
In a good way or a bad way?
I guess, in a good way. It was very much
Less comedy.
they were defending. Obviously, it turned into basically just them defending their candidates. It still had that kind of aggression and that like fiery nature, but they kept it more civil. No one told anyone to shut up, which was good.
But Kamala Harris did say it was actually I think good because in the debate, if someone tries to interrupt you, say no, excuse me, I'm speaking, and
Yeah.
she kept on doing it. And I thought that was very good of her for
I think-
saying no, I will not be interrupted. I will continue to make my point.
I think the constant interruptions was one of the that was a real problem.
It's a big gripe.
Chris Wallace did not do a good
No,
job.
I don't like him as a mod. He's just not strong enough to be
Yeah.
a moderator.
Anyone who cares about the Mike Pence Fly Twitter account, it has
It does exist.
it has 113.5 thousand followers.
What's the account handle just for everyone?
Uh,
listening?
I'm a
Mike
fly.
Pence Fly ____.
What does it say in the bio?
Mike Pence's Fly.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Fly
I'm a
by
There you go.
at Keith Edwards, who is a comms director.
Keith Edwards. Okay.
Big
Good.
up, Keith.
Good. Thank you, Keith.
Thank
for
you,
your,
Keith, for
for
bringing
your
us.
service to the nation of America, of the United States of America. not America.
What's the Fly tweeted? Well, it's not actually a fly.
Bzzz.
Buzz donate to at off who has a real shot at turning Georgia blue. Wow.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
That's
You know, I must say, considering it's only been up for like less than a day,
It's
Yeah.
done well.
not as well as David Attenborough though. He joined
He
Instagram, didn't he?
did.
And he got like
He broke. It was
Mm.
Jennifer
Aniston's.
Aniston's record with the Friends kind of reunion
Yeah.
picture,
Mm.
and he broke it. Good on David.
Mm. Well, I
Good on
suppose-
Mr. Attenborough.
I suppose he's probably the person in Britain. I think there's a poll. He's the most respected man in Britain.
Good.
But for some reason, that doesn't surprise me because he's
No,
he's brilliant.
I do.
Yeah.
I very much like him. He's a.
Yeah, and I've now followed Mike Pence's fly. Follow.
Can we tweet Mike Pence's fly from the PolitiBabble account? Can we do that
I
right now?
respect the
Yeah,
work you
we're
are
doing
doing.
this on air.
Okay. What do we want to say?
I don't
Hi.
know.
Want to say hi?
What do you want to say? Oh, well,
I
it's too late.
I respect the
Yes.
work you do for our nation, our great nation. Hashtag rule Britannia.
Mad respect to you, Mike Pence's fly.
Bzz, bzz.
We're a youth-run podcast, and we love you lots. Hugs and kisses.
Hugs and kisses, PolitiBabble.
Let me find the best tweet for him. From him.
Oh, this is good.
Oh,
We should-
from him. Oh,
You know what? We should make this a regular thing. Every episode, we should tweet someone.
Can we next episode we'll tweet Mike Pence himself.
Mike
We're
Pence
working our
himself.
way up.
We really like your fly, Mike.
Like your pet fly. Do you reckon he's named it? Can we name it?
It's
Can we
probably
call it
Mike Jr.
Mike. Can we call it Pike Mence?
Pike Mence, I love that. Pike Mence the fly.
So what my
Mike
favourite quote
Pence.
from it is, "Wait, oh God, wait, do I have COVID now?" From Mike Pence fly.
Rip. Oh, everyone be praying for Mike Pence's fly. Pike Mence.
Pike Mence.
Oh,
So
It's
great.
not even funny.
No, we haven't done a funny thing. We've just swapped 2 letters. But for some reason, we find that very funny. Ramso.
Shisha ball. It doesn't work with Archie.
Ichi Elliot.
Ichi Elliot.
yes, we respect the great work you do for the great nation of the USA. That is Mike Pence fly.
Hugs and kisses, PolitiBabble.
Maybe don't call the US a great nation,
Oh
actually.
yeah,
For the nation.
great nation.
Whoa!
For the benefit of the...
Actually went from, like, sucking up to throwing shade like that, and I'm here for it.
To the benefit of the audio listeners, Archie just did air quotes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I forgot to
Around
say
great.
quotes in I'm so sorry.
In air quotes.
In air quotes.
As you and R.I.P. would say.
Oh yes.
Would it be Liverpool in peace? Because he's Liverpool.
Why you called it the heart of Scousland, not England? Is this still England, Liverpool, from what I'm aware?
I'm
No,
not
it
gonna...
is a separate independent state.
Really?
It's
It's like Scotland.
It is.
Yeah.
We should do an episode just on independence movements.
LNP,
Have we done
Liverpool
that?
National Party.
I don't know. Well, stay tuned.
Well, no, we
Series
did.
3
We
will be
did
back,
nations without states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We could-
Liverpool failed to make the
the cut.
bill. I'm
Well, if you
afraid.
have any suggestions for
Oh,
Series
yeah,
3, yeah,
Do
drop
get in
them.
touch.
anything
drop
to do
us
with
an email.
structure or topics or anything of the
Yeah.
sort.
We're going to be trying to do some more.
If you want a new
educational
you
stuff.
in,
If you're on the island, interested in politics, and you want to come on for something specific, let us know.
Yeah.
We might
can
get you
try,
on.
We might get you on. Yeah, it's a lucky ballot.
Yeah.
Or maybe do a quick raffle draw. Or something.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, that'd be
Yes.
good. That'd be good fun.
everyone wants to come on the PolitiBabble podcast.
Yeah, but you see, you might see some changes. Well, you will see some changes. Yeah.
Oh. That was my phone. My apologies.
Oh no!
Oh no,
My
Risha's
apologies.
phone's vibrating. And
It was
PolitiBabble,
Twitter bot.
nonsense.
It was the
Bot.
Twitter bot letting us know that tweet is
Yeah,
gone.
It's gone. It's gone up.
Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah,
Do follow us
on
on
Twitter.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. At
Well,
PolitiBabble.
At PolitiBabble. And follow Archie's
Yes.
student fair campaign, is
Yes.
it? And the Student Climate Network. And
Mhm.
IOMU for Syria.
Just follow us.
and-
just
and
everyone. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ramso and
Ramso.
and Ichibald Elliot
Thank you. Yes.
and Shisha Bor and Muin E. Kellen.
Let's not
we're,
do
we're
this.
we're sinking our feet now. Yes.
Yeah.
It's been quite a nice
Yeah.
episode. Conclusion episode.
Nice.
Yeah.
See you guys next year.
I-
Next year.
Next week. What's the date today?
I don't
It's-
know. Yeah.
It's
It's
the
the
8th.
As you can see, we're obviously very organised for this.
Yeah.
this
Oh.
episode.
No, this is
What?
What?
Did it
What?
play it loud?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it because I have headphones in.
It came up on
yeah.
your
Didn't
mic,
we?
Sam.
Oh no! Did we want to shout out Devon Watson?
yes.
Devon Watson, who is. You don't have to. This is just
yeah,
from
yeah.
Brisha and I guess.
Yes.
Devon Watson. He's a really good candidate. He's running in the next. What was it?
Douglas Council election.
Douglas
By-election.
Council election.
Yeah.
By-election.
They're in for
By-election.
literally 8 months, or was it like 6
Yeah.
months, and then
Yeah.
they need to go up for re-election.
Look him
Yeah.
up. He does really good work. A lot
He's
of activism.
Devon_Watson_Douglas_Council on I know I said YouTube then, on Instagram, my
Mhm.
apologies. And I'm pretty sure he has a Facebook page.
Yeah,
probably
he's
of
attended
similar
Archie's climate strikes.
That's
He's
how
you know
we met him, yeah.
he's a really good guy. He's good policies.
Look more into his policies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also vote
Yeah.
in this by-election, even if it's not
Please.
for Devon, but preferably
Let's-
for Devon.
Let's aim to get like above 35%.
Yeah.
Turn
Well, yeah.
out.
Fingers
the most
crossed. We can
important-
vote, I think.
We
yeah,
can.
maybe.
The most
We'll
important,
see.
the most important thing you can do is vote. So
Yeah.
that's what you should be doing. Get out
The
there
more
on
people that
polls.
vote, the more likely the government
Mm.
is to be fairer. if that
Yeah.
makes sense,
Because-
because more
yeah.
people's opinions will have been.
Yeah.
Michael Joseph last week was speaking about, we don't need to survey the whole population to get an accurate thing. Actually, I think, personally, you do. Statistics, yes, it works, but is the people going out to polls a representative of the whole population? No, they're not.
No, because
Sounds
you
like
could get.
you want mandatory voting
No,
there, aren't you?
No, I don't want mandatory voting, but you can't say that represents...
No,
accurate
I know what you mean.
35% of the population can have set views. They might go out to vote. You don't know.
You could get
the
the
other
35 You could
Yeah,
get the 35% of the population that are just absolute racists, and
Or
then you could
yeah.
get the 35% of the population that are like way too liberal.
Racism doesn't exist on the Isle of
No.
Man.
No. Yeah, so
Wrong
It
island.
doesn't really
Not
matter
us.
It doesn't matter who you vote
Not
for,
me.
but more. Yeah, it doesn't matter who you vote for, but more you go out and
Yes.
you cast your.
As long as your
ballots, yeah.
opinion is
Conservative.
Good. Anyway,
as long as
we're gonna roll
Conservative
over.
are good. Yay.
yes, as long
Sam
as
said
your
it.
opinion is.
I mean, you
out
said
there.
conservative sides are good, but we'll
Yeah,
we'll
so
leave
You
it.
see,
We'll
I
let
feel-
Archie have
I
his
say
moment in the
conservatives.
sun.
You say good.
Conservatives.
Good.
Swapped it around.
Yes.
Conservatives are bad.
If you get your vote out there, then you can't complain that the wrong people got voted in because
No,
at
then
least
you
you're-
can
No,
complain.
no. Well, I mean, like at least you can't then complain. I
Yeah.
feel like too
They
many
do
people
have a voice.
complain about being like, oh my god, I can't believe that John McGee got voted in, and then it's like, well,
Not that
Sharon,
John
did you
McGee's bad, whoever he is.
did you
Yeah.
vote in the election? No, I didn't vote. Well, then you didn't have a chance to stop John McGee getting voted
it's,
in.
even if I think this is especially relevant in the US. Even if you don't have a candidate you like, currently in the US there aren't any candidates that I like, but you
Apart
need to
from Kanye.
engage. Yeah, but you need to engage with the political world around you.
no,
You
I
have
agree.
to. And I think it's yeah. So that's all I'm gonna say. On
I
that.
think the thing I would have done is you'd vote in the primaries, you vote in the Democratic
Yeah.
election.
And I would have, it's no surprise. I would have voted for Bernie Sanders. So
Yeah.
Bernie dropping out still makes me sad. I don't
Oh
want to talk.
yeah,
I don't want to talk
Kanye
about it.
2020 could still be a good option. No, it's probably not. He's in my opinion worse than Trump.
What's happening with
Yeah, it's not good. It's really bad.
Supreme Court lady? Is she?
We
getting-
don't.
I'll be.
That's been out of news
No,
cycle.
Oh,
what's
the
her name?
new,
Yeah,
the
the
new
new
one,
lady.
the new lady.
So obviously Ruth Bader Ginsburg died,
Ginsburg.
I know.
and
Big shame.
Trump has
Shame it was tragic. Well, yeah, it was a shame.
It's a shame. Trying to the same.
Trump has what's it?
We all die.
Elected, I guess, or nominated.
Nominated,
That's it.
yes. Yeah.
What's her name?
I'm just getting it up now.
She's quite a conservative. The thing is,
She's really
the
conservative.
the Supreme Court's supposed to be a check and balance, so they already have a 4-to-5 ratio.
Yeah.
Amy
Conservative to
Coney-
liberal.
Yeah.
Amy Coney Barrett.
Barrett, yeah.
She's very conservative. She was actually one of the candidates previously when Brett Kavanaugh got elevated to the position. She was kind of like second place, if you like. But now it's her turn.
Her time to shine.
Yeah,
And
I
it'll
mean,
be a
I know
second-
Breacher and
yeah.
I don't like her. Do you
Yeah.
think he's good?
Well, the thing is, I just disagree that you put in a conservative because you need to have a balanced Supreme Court. You can't just have all
But you have
conservatives.
you
You have
have
a
9
majority.
people in the Supreme
There'll
Court.
always be a
so
majority,
yeah,
but you shouldn't have a 2-person majority. It shouldn't be
Yeah.
7-3.
Yeah.
7, not 7-3. Sorry,
But-
it's mixed up now. 6-3. or
Yeah,
something.
it should. The Supreme Court should mirror the political opinions of the country, and
Yeah.
the current imbalance
But
that is totally inaccurate.
If the Democrats win, you can technically expand the Supreme Court to add more members in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could add another 3 members in to make it a 12-person court and balance this out. Not a 12-person court, they make it 11. They couldn't make it 12.
I know, we knew
Because
what
then
you
you'd have
meant. It
deadlock.
was,
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously a Supreme Court deadlock of 6 and 6
would be bad.
would be bad for the country.
Yeah.
Nothing would get done.
No, nothing.
Well, someone might, become a rebel and just vote.
I quite like the
should-
British Supreme Court, actually.
Yeah, we
It's
should
quite
say
neutral.
the role of the Supreme Court in America is to interpret the Constitution and deal with like major court
Someone
cases.
did their politics homework.
And Britain is obviously
Shout out P.
different
Whitney.
again.
Yeah,
It's
Britain's
it's
again,
a lot less
We
power.
have an uncodified constitution.
Uncodified, yeah.
In case you can't tell, Brisha and I do A-level
Politics.
politics.
Yeah, uncodified.
And
kind of, it's not
the
written
US,
down. It's
I mean,
constitution.
the UK Supreme Court was only formed in 2009, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Under Tony Blair, or was it
No, it's Gordon Brown.
Brown
Yeah.
was that. I
Big
think
GB.
Blair instigated, but Brown finished
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
As always.
It was Labour, is what
Yeah.
we're saying.
They're basically, British Constitution is made up of an amalgamation of
No, because
legislation.
Gordon Brown.
Was it Brown?
No, it was
Blair.
it was after Brown because Brown went in 2007.
Brown did not go. No, Blair went in 2007.
Gordon Brown was. Oh no, my apologies.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Gordon Brown.
Yeah.
He
And
was
then-
Chancellor of the Exchequer
Exchequer.
from
Yeah.
1997 to 2007.
But the
That's my
uncodified
apologies.
Constitution, basically in Britain, we have just an amalgamation of legislation which makes up
yeah.
the
kind of the rules of the
Constitution, yeah.
House, how the
And precedent
Constitution-
as well. A lot of it
precedent.
isn't even.
Yeah,
that.
it's the Speaker kind of interprets the Constitution in House
Yeah.
at least, and then Supreme Court will interpret it again even further.
Sure.
But in America, they have the, like... is
Written
the law-
down.
Yeah, they have it written
Can't
down.
change the
Yeah.
amendments.
We
Can't
did-
change. Well,
You
there's
can.
a big thing about the gun control amendment because it's
Yeah.
only meant for the
It's only meant to
militias.
to maintain well organized militias, and it's not. It doesn't say to have guns. It says to bear arms,
Arms.
which sometimes just meant military.
It just means rolling up the
service.
sleeves.
Yeah, it's
It could be a sword.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hashtag give us swords.
Hashtag
Yeah.
give us swords, bringing it
Swords,
back.
Bring it back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm sure we'll go into more detail maybe next
Mm.
season.
Yeah,
and
and,
stuff
and
like
the British Constitution is fascinating because before we had the Supreme Court, we then had the Judiciary Council, the Privy
Yeah.
Council,
Mhm.
and they were kind of our Supreme Court as such, and it evolved
Yeah.
into the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
But
then
Parliament's
we
as
got-
sovereign as it should be, so Parliament can basically do anything it
Parliamentary
wants. Yeah.
Oh, all these words I know.
know.
So
And,
Thank
and by
you.
sovereign we mean nothing is above the power of
Yeah, yeah.
Parliament. and
yeah, it is the supreme
this is
power
the supreme
of
power
a country.
of the country.
The almighty power.
It can change law, and nothing can change. Nothing can change that.
Yeah, there is no power in the land that can contest it.
Yeah.
Apart from Liz.
Apart from Liz.
No, but they can remove Liz technically. So
And they haven't already?
yes,
Okay.
because
I mean,
Elizabeth the
Parliament
First,
has
second,
removed
sorry,
a
is-
monarch
is br- yeah,
before,
brilliant monarch.
if we remember.
I think that
Charles-
was in the Civil War.
Charles the
wasn't it?
First.
And then they restored. Charles
That
the Second,
was
which was
the-
a brilliant job.
Yeah, well,
I love the people and the people,
people love me so much
that
that
they
I restored the English monarchy. Anyway,
horrible history
horrible
song.
history song.
Yeah,
Um,
do
If
watch
you
it.
haven't watched Horrible Histories,
Go watch
it
it,
now.
it's so good.
It's on
yeah.
Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, parliamentarians were some of the stuff was good,
Mm.
but they were also religious zealots, and Oliver Cromwell was one of the worst leaders we've
And you'll
ever
be
had.
seeing more.
See Irish history for more.
And you'll see more of this in obviously season 3 as we go to
Yeah.
not educate, not brainwash you, but inform you and try and
Destroy
get
you
engagement
with
up.
facts
Destroy
and
you with facts and
logic.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
love that.
Dear Liberals, you listen to this podcast, but
Yet
you
you
disagree
complain.
with our policies. Curious.
Interesting.
Just trying to do one of those. I think I did it probably slightly wrong.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be like us to mess up.
Or dear Liberals, you listen to podcasts, but you don't listen to this one, and you enjoy politics. Curious.
I think that was wrong again.
Yeah,
Anyway.
probably. Not doing a good job
On
here,
that
am I?
note, you've been PolitiBabbled.
Hugs and
Yeah.
kisses.
We have been PolitiBabble. I
Turned
pushed
it up
that
too
up
quickly.
too quickly. I'm so sorry,
It's
Archie.
okay.
deafened. I can't hear it.
Oh yeah, you
deaf
don't have
to-
headphones
I
on.
know,
Didn't
Well,
I don't wear
You've
headphones.
exposed yourself, pretty sure.
when
I
well
wouldn't know.
when you listen back to it, Archie, which you obviously will.
I don't have to edit this.
Yes, but you'll listen to it, won't you,
Yes.
Archie?
We all
yes.
listen to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
See you next season.
Hugs
Bye.
and kisses.